Alright guys, MarkBoy316 here with another video. It's gonna be a DVD review for you guys. I reviewed this DVD with Borders Unboxings with Patrick, and I'm gonna review it on my channel as well. This is gonna be WWE Backlash 2004. Opening match on Sunday Night Heat actually. The match on Heat was Matt Hardy and Val Venus. Val Venus gets the jobber entrance, not even gets introduced, and ends up winning the match with the money shot. A decent Heat match. Opening match of this pay-per-view was Shelton Benjamin versus Ric Flair. That was the opening match, and it was a good match. This came off the heels of Benjamin beating Triple H on Raw by countout, and the following week beat him by pinfall. So Flair challenged him. And at this point, Flair was one half of the tag champs with Batista. This was a good match, a typical Flair match. Gets body slammed off the top rope. Flair works on the knee for a bit, trying to hook in the figure four. And Benjamin slaps Flair. Flair does the flop like he usually does. Flair with some hard knife edge chops. And goes back and forth. And finally, Benjamin wins with a top rope clothesline. And a good opening match. I thought this was a great match to start the show. Then we had a Randy Orton interview. It was just a interview of telling him what he would do to Cactus Jack in their hardcore Falls Count Anywhere match. Then it was a absolute horrible match. Jonathan Coachman against Tajiri. This Tajiri is one of my favorites, and to lose to Coachman on pay-per-view, really, this was a bad match. Just a hard baseball slide dropkick by Tajiri in the corner to Coach. That was pretty cool, but Garrison Cade comes out, nails Tajiri with just a punch, and Coach gets the roll up for the win. Like, bad match. So skip that match. No, I wouldn't watch that match. Eugene goes into the women's locker room. Molly Holly and Gail Kim are there. They scream. Regal comes in and tells Eugene to leave or he'll go blind. Just why would you have that segment? But alright. Benoit returns to his hometown. They have a clip of Benoit returning to his hometown. It's Chris Benoit Day, and yeah, just a segment that wasn't really needed. Then we had Victoria versus Lita for the WWE Women's title. Oh no, we had before that, Chris Jericho versus Christian and Trish in a handicap match. I thought their WrestleMania 20 match was better than this handicap match here. At WrestleMania, Christian gets the win over Jericho, and Trish turns on him. So this time they go with a two-on-one handicap match. Trish gets clotheslined by Jericho. Jericho hits what will become known as the Judas effect, the elbow right to the face of Trish. She gets put in the walls, and it ends with a weird ending. Jericho hits Christian with a Insiguri and gets the win. You couldn't beat him with the Lion Salt. You couldn't beat him with the Lion Tamer. You couldn't make him tap out, or even Trish tap out. You couldn't win with your finisher. Like, okay. It was a alright handicap match for what it was. Then we have the Women's Championship. Victoria versus Lita. This was a good match. Both women, I think it was like a 7-minute match for back then. That's actually quite a bit of time for 7 minutes. Great match, and Victoria gets the win. And then Gail Kim and Molly Holly come out at the end and beat both of them up. We have a #1 contenders match for the tag title. Really? This was for the #1 contender? Wow. Hurricane and Rosie against La Resistance. So, this is just a tag match that was there. And it was for the #1 contender. Wow, really? Not a great match. Eugene comes in, starts running the ropes, distracts La Resistance, and Hurricane pins one of the La Resistance members, gets the win. Nothing to say much about that one. Then we had Edge versus Kane. Now, this was a decent match, good match, but only a 6-minute, 25-minute match. And the story in this one is Edge had a cast on his hand or wrist, and Johnny Nitro, per orders of Eric Bischoff, had told Edge if he uses the cast, he'll be suspended or fired. And he ends up obviously behind the rest back, hitting Kane with the cast and the spear, and gets the win. Good match, but it should have went longer. And then to the main event, the final encounter, triple threat, Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. And this was one hell of a match. I thought this match was as good, even a little better than the WrestleMania 20 match. This was a hard-hitting match. They were booing Shawn Michaels because it was in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And they A lot of hard-hitting action, super kicks, pedigrees. We see the crossface applied a few times by Benoit. See Benoit with those hard chops, man. If he would still be around, my God, him and Walter or Gunther. Holy crap! What a what a chop fest they would have. But and it was hard to see Benoit's wife and son in the crowd after 3 years after this. You know what would happen to them, like whoa. But great match here, and Benoit ends up tapping out Shawn Michaels with the sharpshooter. He beat Triple H at WrestleMania, getting him to tap out. Now he taps out Shawn Michaels with the sharpshooter, and there was the ref, so kind of came back full circle. Shawn Michaels getting beat in Canada. So all in all, Benjamin Flair was great. Victoria Lita was all right, and of course I'm saving the best match for last. Obviously, Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack, and it wasn't the main event, no, but this is the match of the night here. Uh, Cactus Jack, Randy Orton, great action, brutal, violent. We see a barbed wire board come into a play with Cactus getting thrown into it. We see thumbtacks with Randy Orton getting nailed with the thumbtacks because Cactus Jack countered the RKO and Orton fell right back into the attacks. We see Cactus throwing Orton off the stage and falling up with a big Cactus elbow from the stage to the crew area. That was fantastic for near fall. It was a false count anywhere for the IC title. Then we see barbed wire baseball bat, and they both start using it on each other. And Mick Foley's bleeding from the arm and stuff, and Randy Orton's got attacks in his back, and he's bleeding. And it finally ends with the ending happens when Cactus Jack hits the double arm DDT on Orton. Orton kicks out. Then Orton goes for the RKO right on the barbed wire bat, and Foley stays down for the 1, 2, 3. Great, great match. This is match of the night. The Orton Cactus Jack falls down anywhere. The triple threat between Benoit, Shawn, and Triple H, and Benjamin and Flair, and not even put Edge and Kane on there. The matches to stay away from would be the Hurricane and Rosie against La Resistance, and Tajiri and Coach for for the matches to stay away from. But I give this pay per view 7.5 out of 10. Great stuff, and it's well worth your time to watch this pay per view. Great stuff. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.